Okay, so how to UV map your assets. It's fairly simple. You just need to know 3 simple things. So first of all, you're going to want to apply any transforms on your mesh, or UV mapping will not work correctly. So I'm going to use the search function to show you how to do that. But basically just press A to select everything. And you're going to apply all transforms, which is Control A, and you're just going to apply that. So that applies everything, your rotations, your locations, etc. And now we're going to click on our asset. I already have this UV mapped, but you're basically just going to Alt and right click wherever you want your asset to open up. So imagine you're using paper and you're folding it into an envelope. So wherever those folds are, where things, bend and such, you're going to want to create a seam so that things will detach and you'll have individual faces as opposed to one very big hybrid of a mesh. So with this shirt here, it's a circular asset. There's no sleeves or anything like that to make it awkward to work with. So I'm just going to add 1 seam along the side and 1 seam along this side so that we have a front face and a back face. So to do that, Alt right click, and then you're going to want to mark your seam, which is under U, and we're just going to click that, okay? And the same thing with the shorts. I want a front face and a back face. So we're going to mark either side. And we also need to mark between the legs since that connects both sides of the faces. Okay. Then you're going to select both of your assets, assuming you want this on one texture map. Whatever you want to be on one texture map, you need to join together and UV map together. So these are going to be on one texture map, so we're going to click them and press Control J to join them. And then we're going to select everything by going into edit mode and pressing A. And then you're going to want to unwrap by pressing the U key. Okay. And then in the top here, click the UV editing tab. And you'll see that all of your UV meshes will be open like this. You could leave it like this. Technically, it is packed so that you can, draw on it effectively. There should be no overlapping meshes, etc. But this is not ideal. So again, we're going to press A to select everything, and I'm just going to drag everything out of the box by pressing G to move it. Okay. There's a lot of different functions here that you can work with, such as snapping, that moves everything on a grid, but right now we're just going to focus on aligning these in the box. So by pressing L, you can select a face. By pressing R, you can rotate it. By pressing G, you can move it. And in terms of UV mapping, you're going to want to move on the Y and X axes if you want to keep some things aligned. So we're just going to move this down. The waistline you can see is right here. These are the trouser legs. So we're going to rotate this so that the waistline is facing the top. Ideally, you want things to be, pretty visually easy to look at. Yeah, you'll want the waistlines at the top, since in terms of, your mesh, the waistline is at the top. If you have to move things around a certain way to make it fit, that's fine. It just may make, other stages a bit more difficult. So again, right here, you can see that this is not ideal. We don't have too much space for this shirt here. So what we're going to do is we're going to press S to scale this. And I'm just going to scale it down a little bit so that this can fit right here. And then I'm going to scale this and put this in the corner. Now, with this, you could just scale it and then slap it right here. It's whatever you want to do. For me, I think slotting this right here is going to work just fine. So, and that's how you UV map. So now, this is UV mapped. If you were to export this and put it into Substance Painter, etc., you would see this exact UV map in the software.